initial creature was alone, and it was not good. It was not complete. He was man, and man was he. And while he laid in a deep sleep, I fashioned this creature from the rib of he. I chose the rib purposely, for it is the physical metaphor for how I envision she. A rib protects the most crucial organ to man. His heart is not only the maintainer of his body, but the parallel to his love and emotion, which is hard for him to even release. But you, my beauty, my creature, you are fashioned to protect him, to embrace him. You will naturally allow yourself to be broken and damaged before allowing anything to hurt him. Much like the rib to the heart, this is written from start. The rib is positioned on his side for she to be the equal of he. Not from the feet to be walked over or to be seen as underneath, but underneath his arm, because he is still the covering of she, and the protector is he. Her position to uplift his arms when they become weak. Her who is she that was need of he does not stem from his fist, so she not be beat. She did not stem from the mouth, so the ears should never hear harmful negativity. For she was not pulled from his masculine foreparts, even though when the bodies commune together, it will create beautiful art.
For a world that will never notice me if it wasn't for this ass and perfect face. Okay. Would he take me on expensive trips, buy me luxurious gifts? Where have I gone?
So before making this video, I was going to get glammed up just for the camera, but I realized that that is one of the issues that we deal with as women. We want to be perfect. We want people to see us and not see our flaws. But this is me. I was asked to take stories by women, read them, and turn them into art. While doing so, I realized that each story was already art in its own form.
I partnered with the wonderful Alexis Adams, whose wonderful idea this was, and I participated in gathering some of the stories from these very strong and courageous women who were so wonderful and who we are just so grateful for sharing their story with us, because not all of these stories were easy. I just couldn't believe some of the things that they were saying, and it just totally changes your perception of women in general, but especially those particular individuals. You just leave with so much more respect.
At the age of 14, I learned how to cook and serve drugs just to get back. But 16 now.
It's important to me that women work together to get this across, because it's always that thing that women can't work together and this, that, and the third. And I've met some of the greatest women during this process. I've worked with some great women during this process. I love the women I met during this process.
I felt like being involved in the production of her story was an eye-opener for me. I didn't know a lot of things that women go through. I mean, I think I could picture it in my mind or imagine what can happen, but actually seeing it being brought to life and actually seeing that it was real stories is touching, and like I said, it's an eye-opener for me.
Daddy, please stop! Be the king you used to be! Look at me in the eyes of your child, and not with all that lust in your sight!
You know, and I I personally went through and still go through the struggle of I'm not pretty enough and I'm not skinny enough and I'm not thick enough in the right places and looking for love in all the wrong places.
I wasn't the only one walking around holding in things that they can't let go. Tears in their eyes because they're still holding on to their past, or their past won't let them go, or their past still haunts them. And it affects them now. And I wanted to help.
Oh, we are trying to pray. Hello, Jesus. Amen. Because I cannot look a mess tonight.
So, why her story? So somebody else's story can encourage and touch somebody else. And while these women were telling me these stories, they could feel release and feel better walking away and just having the chance to see what they went through change into art, and somebody cares. It's crazy how many women I talk to get their stories to have a play production, and afterwards they tell me they feel better and they're happy they did it, and releasing it was hard. But releasing helps you and it helps another. And that's why her story had to happen.
What am I supposed to do?